Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be learning how to climb on a bicycle. So you may have just bought a new bike or wanting to improve on skills that maybe you already have. In this video, I'll be showing you using footage from Coach. Yes, I am the coach today. So I'm just warming up and getting ready for the effort. Now this is probably going to be, I think this was about a 9-minute effort. So essentially I'm going to be going in the saddle, out saddle, in saddle, out saddle. Now it's probably going to be 30-second efforts in the saddle, then out the saddle. I mean, it's up to your fitness level in terms of how many watts you're going to do. So I always use a power meter to train. So right now I think I was probably doing between 530, 550 watts out the saddle. Now, when you're out the saddle like this, it's not just the legs that are getting worked, but it's the whole body. It's a whole body workout as I try and avoid the cars. Yeah. Remember, when you're riding out and training, when you're doing a hard effort, you still have to keep your head up. Otherwise, there could be terrible consequences. So right now I'm sat back down in the saddle. Probably doing, I think I was on the day about 250 to 270 watts in the saddle. Now, in the saddle, probably looking to do about at least 90 RPM when you're seated. The most efficient pedaling cadence is 90 to 100. Yes, you can have your own personal cadence. But the most efficient over a longer period, so that you don't become fatigued as quickly, is a higher cadence. The lower your cadence, the more fatigue you'll feel quicker. So right now, I'm out the saddle here, doing again about 90 to 100 RPM. And these are really, when I'm out the saddle, these are some really hard efforts. I'm going pretty deep. Not too deep that I can't do repeated efforts. Say if it's a 9-minute effort altogether, 30 seconds in the saddle, 30 seconds out the saddle. It's a number of repeats at quite high power. And again, for you, it depends on your own condition, fitness at the time. You can adjust it to your own power zones, and this was what I was able to do on the day. Another day if I didn't feel so good, trying to avoid the cars. Another day if I felt better and maybe I could have pushed a bit more, and if I didn't feel quite so good, I'd do a little bit less. But I think already I remember this was starting to hurt quite a bit. Again, this is one way to train for hill climbing. It's getting your body used to doing those efforts of in the saddle and out the saddle. Every time you change your position, you're allowing the other muscle groups to recover slightly. And if you train it, the more efficient you'll get at it, and the faster you'll become. Make sure you stay hydrated. Very important. Now I think this was quite a warm day, so I had about an hour warm up. I tend to find that if I'm doing these efforts that are pretty hard, I like to have a good warm up. 20 minutes, 30 minutes isn't enough for me. I need a good hour. And even in that hour, I want to make sure that I'm drinking and eating, especially when it was about 20 degrees on this day at least, I think. I had probably at least 300 milliliters of water by the time that I'd got to the start of this effort. It's a sort of effort where you probably want to eat right before you start. Probably if you have an hour warm up, I would say you've had a good breakfast, and then with maybe 20 minutes before you start this effort, probably have some sugar. So you can have that banana, some sweets, make yourself some sugar water. 500 ml of water with 100 grams of sugar is a good guess. If you have 750 ml bottle, maybe about 120 to 150 grams of sugar in there. As you can see, I'm starting to feel pretty tired right now in this clip. It's a hot day, and I don't remember really acclimatizing to it. This was probably one of the earlier days of summer, after it being quite cool the week before. Now I think my cadence is dropping a little bit here. I'm drinking, still drinking on the bike during the efforts, just find that moment of reprieve, and then I go again. It's the motivation to do these efforts, to go this deep. It's not something that I would recommend you do every week, or at least 2 times a week. You have to be fairly fresh, so coming in to doing one of these type of efforts is probably best after the rest day. So if you were doing this on a Saturday, for example, Saturday morning, then good idea to have a rest day on the Friday. Anyway, I continue this for about 9 minutes and then have a lie down. If you enjoyed the coach's tips, then make sure to subscribe and you won't miss out on any more. Cheers.